Most of the NFL start OTAs this week, and we're going to take a look at the Cleveland Browns and get a good look at Jerry Jeudy. We got our first look during voluntary workouts, but now we get our official look of him in a Browns uniform, running routes, doing drills, catching balls, and all of that. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're gathering the clips from all these camps, from training camp, the mini camp, the rookie camp, to OTAs of your favorite players and rookies. You don't want to miss out on your favorite player, so click that button. Stop missing out. We're going to take a look at Jerry Jeudy here. I have 1:19 of clips. We'll run through them once, then we'll run through them multiple times, talk ball on the Browns and Jerry Jeudy and company. This one's a cinematic clip. This one went viral on social media, and it's zoomed in. But still, if I find it, I show it. You get to see a little bit of the hands there. You get to see the three. Here's him walking on the field. Start practice. Here's another one. We're in motion. Is that Jameis back there? In the slots. A little 7-on-7. Honestly, seeing 7-on-7 is a lot more than we see in a lot of other clips. So, I'll take that. Catching some balls here in 7-on-7. I believe we're still at that. Getting the ball out. Boom. Catching it. Hitting the hands, getting upfield. In motion. That might be the play prior. Who knows? We're close up. But we're taking a look at him. Number 3, getting off there. Running through our routes or jogging through it, whatever. Again, it's drills. It's the basics. Little Jameis Winston. A close-up of that curl route from earlier. This is exciting for Browns fans, getting to see your new wide receiver worked into the offense. Good look at Jameis Winston. Slinging it downfield. Jerry Jeudy is a big addition to this team because he's going to add another dynamic, another wrinkle to this offense, especially in the passing game. You got Amari Cooper, you got Elijah Moore, and you got Jerry Jeudy. All fantastic route runners, all can create separation. That's part of their game. They're all very nuanced. They're all quick-twitched. Jerry Jeudy's got a lot of upside here in this offense, considering if this offense starts firing, he's probably going to push around a 20% target share. On top of that, Amari Cooper's getting older. He's had moments where he's been in and out of lineup. He plays through a lot of injuries, though. You got to count on him for that. He will play through a lot of injuries. He's got that dog in him. But Jerry Jeudy's in an offense where he could become one of the league dogs. Elijah Moore's there as well. He was the addition last year. They liked moving him in the slot and moving him all around the offense. Jerry Jeudy can play on the outside and in the slot. But he adds another wrinkle to this offense. If they go 3 wide, who are you really going to cover? Who are you going to really focus on? Because Jerry Jeudy is a great wide receiver, too, on an NFL team. He's a top-tier wide receiver, too. I would not like him as an alpha, but I do like him as a wide receiver, too, with another wide receiver on the other side, like an Amari Cooper there, and him just playing that backside, creating separation. And I think that's going to be great for these quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston. The addition of Jameis Winston is also a huge get for the Browns because he's been good everywhere he's been, really. And when he's on the field, he stretches it, throws the ball deep. He's a safer quarterback. You do not have to worry about developmental issues. Is he Peyton Manning? No, I'm not saying that. But when you think about him as a backup, you can't really get too much better. You can't get too much better than Jameis Winston here. But watching Jerry Jeudy on the field, it's exciting to see another playmaker on the Browns. It's exciting to see him be on this offense where he can create separation, play with Amari Cooper and company. You also got to think about David Njoku because he was on fire last year, especially on the back end of the season with Joe Flacco, seeing a large target share. Are they going to continue with that? Because that was working very well for the Browns, getting Njoku a lot of targets. I would like to see that. Amari Cooper should get a 20+% target share, pushing 25% because he is the alpha in the offense. I think Judy's going to push around 20%, 18 to 20. Where is that going to leave Elijah Moore? He was getting a 20% target share in a lot of games last year, and sure, the ball didn't really fire accurately his way the whole time, but still, I believe that's going to decrease a little bit because Judy's going to take some targets. He's going to own some of that. And I think those two are going to fight for it. I think Jerry Jeudy's going to be around 20%. And I think we're going to see Elijah Moore 15 to 18% range. But I look for these wide receivers to fire off and on throughout the season, with Amari Cooper being the main guy because that's really how it's stacked up right now in the depth chart anyways. But I'm interested to see if Njoku can get more targets in this offense, because when he was getting more targets, he was looking good last year, especially with Flacco. That's something that needs to be prioritized, I believe. When I look at Jerry Jeudy's fantasy production, he's a dart throw stab. He's a cheap play. He's a guy you're throwing a chip on just to see what happens. Maybe there's more volume in this offense. Maybe something happens to Amari Cooper and volume goes his way. Maybe something like that happens. In redraft, you might not be going to his way because the upside isn't super grand for that. In Dynasty, he's a very cheap chip. He does have some good workload metrics, some good advanced metrics that goes towards his way. And he's so cheap that maybe you can catch him at a good deal with something you don't really love on your roster anyways, if you're interested. But he's also a player that you might be disinterested in too, because the upside isn't like up there to become a top tier wide receiver. Might be able to get you some splash weeks in this offense. Could definitely see that happening. I think that's definitely in the cards. So if you want to money ball it, if you're hurting at wide receiver, then this might be a money ball play for you. But I rather money ball running backs in Dynasty, and then wide receivers, I want to be set. I want to be good, but that's not always the case. So if you want a money ball wide receiver on the cheap, I bet you can catch him at a pretty good discount considering where he was going a few years ago. And then you just got to hope for the best from there, because there's no guarantees in the new offense. But I look for him to push around 20% target share, so see what happens from there. But that's Jerry Jeudy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.